All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Professor Segi's social psychology class at Los Angeles City College. I am so excited for you all. Seriously, get ready, because this is a journey that's literally going to change the way you see yourself, your friends, your family, pretty much everything. So let's dive right in.
Everything we're going to talk about in this course really starts with one simple but absolutely massive question. Why do we do the things we do? Just think about your life, right here in LA. Why do you feel that little bit of pressure to post the perfect photo online? Why does a family dinner sometimes feel more complicated than trying to merge onto the 101 during rush hour? And how do we just click with some people and not with others? These aren't just random questions. They are the very heart of what we're going to explore together.
So I want you to think of this course not just as another class you have to take, but more like a map. It's your personal map for the most complex, sometimes frustrating, but always fascinating territory you'll ever explore, the human mind in a social world. This is truly the science of us.
Okay, so here it is, the official definition. Social psychology is the scientific study of how people think about, influence, and relate to one another. It sounds a little academic, right? But all it really means is that this is the science that finally gives us the tools to answer that big question, why do we do the things we do? It's the key that unlocks everything from a quick chat with a stranger to your most important relationships.
And let me tell you, we are not afraid to ask the really big questions here. This science tackles some dramatic, real-world puzzles that truly matter. Like, would a good person do something cruel if someone in a lab coat told them to? What makes someone run into a burning building to help? And of course, what are the invisible forces at play when we fall in and out of love? We're going straight to the core of what it means to be human. So, to get us started on this adventure, I'm going to let you in on 5 huge ideas from social psychology. Let's call them the 5 big secrets, or maybe the rules of the game. Seriously, once you get these, you'll start seeing them everywhere, and your whole view of the social world is going to shift. Okay, secret number 1 is a mind bender. We construct our social reality. What this means is, while there's an objective world out there, none of us sees it directly. We can't. Instead, we see everything through a filter, a lens made up of our beliefs, our values, and our past experiences.
Picture this. It's a perfect LA evening. You're at Dodger Stadium. It's a super close game against the Giants. There's a controversial play at home plate. Now, a diehard Dodgers fan in the stands, they see a brilliant tag, a clear out, no question. But the Giants fan sitting right next to them, they see a blown call, a terrible umpire, a total robbery. They both watched the exact same thing happen, but their beliefs, their loyalties, they created 2 completely different realities. That's not just about sports, that's our lives every single day.
All right, let's move on to our second secret. Our social intuitions are powerful, but sometimes they are perilous. This is all about your gut feeling. That instant, automatic sense you get about someone or something. It's incredibly fast, and honestly, it helps us get through the day. But, and this is a big but, it can also lead us way, way off track.
For instance, your intuition might make you way more scared of a flight out of LAX than your daily drive on the 405. But statistically, that drive is way more dangerous. Your gut can make you feel 100% sure that you remember exactly how an argument went down, when we know our memories can be, well, pretty creative. And it's that gut feeling that's behind every snap judgment you make about a new person you meet. Our gut is an amazing tool, for sure, but it is not a perfect guide.
Secret number 3 is a huge one. Social influences shape our behavior. Look, we are not islands. We are deeply social creatures, and the world we live in, our culture, our family, the situations we find ourselves in, is constantly and powerfully shaping who we are and what we do, often without us even realizing it. You feel this every single day. It's that subtle pressure to curate the perfect life on Instagram. It's those unwritten rules about how you act with your college friends, which is totally different from how you act at a family party, right? These outside forces are like these invisible currents, just guiding our behavior in ways we don't even notice. But wait, it's not all about outside forces. And that brings us to secret number 4. Our personal attitudes and dispositions also shape our behavior. Yes, the situation we're in matters a ton, but so do you. Your internal personality, your deep-seated attitudes, your core values, these are the powerful forces from inside you that decide how you're going to respond to all those social pressures. And finally, secret number 5. Social behavior is biologically rooted. We're what scientists call biopsychosocial organisms.
It's a mouthful, I know, but it's just a fancy way of saying that to really truly get why we do what we do, you have to look at how everything works together. Our biology, like our brain chemistry and genes, our personal psychology, and our social world. They're all connected.
So you can kind of see how these 5 secrets all weave together, right? But as you're hearing this, there might be a little voice in the back of your head thinking, okay, this is kind of cool, but isn't a lot of this just common sense? And that is a totally fair question. It's one that social psychology has a really fascinating answer for.
So let's just ask it straight up. Is this entire course just going to be a semester of documenting things you already feel are kind of obvious? The answer is a huge, definite no. And the reason why is because of a very sneaky quirk of the human mind.
It's something called hindsight bias. You might know it as the I knew it all along phenomenon. It's that feeling you get after you find out who won the election or the big game, and you think to yourself, oh yeah, of course, I totally saw that coming. The tricky part is things only seem obvious after we know the outcome. This bias is exactly why we need science to separate what just feels true from what actually is true.
So, how do we find out what's really going on? Well, we use powerful research tools. One is correlational research, which looks for natural connections, like does having more money make people happier? But to find out what actually causes something, we use experimental research. We can actually manipulate one thing to see how it affects another. These incredible tools let us go way beyond just common sense to get to the truth.
So, you see, this isn't just common sense. This is a real science. And learning it, it's kind of like gaining a new superpower. I mean it. What you learn in this course is going to have real, practical uses in every single part of your life.
I am not exaggerating. You'll start to actually understand your family dynamics, maybe even figure out why holiday dinners can get so tense. You'll gain skills that will help you succeed in literally any career, because every job is about understanding people. You'll have this brand new lens for navigating friendships and romance. You'll become a better communicator, a better partner, and yeah, maybe even a more insightful parent someday.
And this whole incredible journey, it all starts right here at Los Angeles City College. The foundation you build in this course isn't just about passing a class. It's for your own personal growth. And for those of you who get really hooked on this stuff, and I promise some of you will, this can open doors to amazing career paths where you use this knowledge to help people every day.
So, if you're up for it, here is your mission for this course. Your mission is to learn to restrain that automatic gut feeling with critical thinking, to refine your judgments of other people with a new kind of compassion, and ultimately to begin to replace illusion with real, deep understanding.
You know, the authors of our course material put it perfectly. They said, psychology's powerful, hard-wrought principles have the power to expand your mind and enrich your life. And that is not an overstatement. That is the promise of what is waiting for you in this class.
So, welcome to Social Psychology. This is going to be an incredible adventure with Professor Sedgi. The only question left is, are you ready to change how you see the world?